Hello everyone and welcome to FCA Friday. There's going to be a portion of this that's going to be a duplicate of Wedding Wednesday. More on that later. Today is, how did we get to May 4th already? When did that happen? When did we get into the 5th month of the year? Because last year in 2017 was not a good year for me, and May was an eternity. It really was. Like, getting to May felt like it was a year getting to May. And this year, I felt like I woke up on Easter, went to sleep, and then suddenly it's May. That's how this has happened. But for this week's FCA Friday, I realized I didn't do this last month, and I apologize for that. I'm going to be doing my New Year's plus my New Year's resolution. So here's my New Year's resolutions list that I keep taped, obviously, on my wall. And I'm going to go through and explain how I've been doing, what's been changing, and stuff like that. So, number one was stop nail biting. Now, you might not be able to tell from my nails right now because they've been getting ripped on everything, but I have been very good about not biting my nails. I did a reward system where after every so many weeks that I got a star, I would put a star. So here's March for the nail biting. The stars, as I explained, are the nail biting thing. And I stopped doing it in April. And now we're in May. That's what's on every day that I went without nail biting. And after so many weeks, and I would increase the weeks. Like, first it was, if I go a whole week, at the end of the week I get this. If I go 2 weeks, I get this. 3 weeks, and so on. And for April, it was the whole month. And I will insert a clip here. And so, yeah, as you can see, I did really good. That doesn't change that my nails are brittle and weak and constantly get caught on my hair and on my clothes. So I'm constantly filing them so that they don't rip anymore. But the nail biting, I've said this before, nail biting is a stress habit for me. So for right now, I'm calling it Dunzo. Here we go. Then prep better for Christmas and Halloween. I have done that a little bit. I've already made lists of what I'm going to be for Halloween, and I have already bought a Christmas present for some friends, and I have some Christmas present plans for people as well. So that's been happening. Get a second job is number 3 on my list. I had an interview in March. I will insert a little clip of me getting ready, like the interview day there, right here. Then, so yeah, I didn't hear anything from them. I called them. I thought the shadow, because who has you shadow for a couple hours and show you where everything is and then not bring you in? That seems like a waste of time, but whatever, it's at will employment. They don't have to employ me for anything, but I have been applying to several other places. There have been 6 other places that I have applied to, and I've called 2 of them. 2 of them more recent. So I'm definitely moving in that direction, and so I'm moving towards that. I was hoping to have it a little sooner, but getting a job and applying for jobs is a long process. Tweet once a week. I have been tweeting almost daily. Once I started getting into Twitter, I really decided that I like Twitter. It's a nicer environment than Facebook. It's a lot an easier experience. I still like Facebook, but Twitter is definitely this really nice thing. Last piñata I actually have to make. What's inside my mini piñatas there's an airhead of some sort, a Slim Jim, and 3 of the pink or red Starbursts. And then this is the completed. It's amazing how you can go from a trash bag box to a donation piñata box. To share, and I enjoy it. So that's good. I'm good on the tweeting, because before I almost never tweeted, and now I'm tweet. Then cook dinner once a month. That hasn't happened at all. I've cooked mostly breakfast. I've not cooked dinner, but that's because we eat dinner at 6 at my house, and that's when I'm either going to work or getting home from work, so that just makes that difficult. So dinner once a month hasn't happened, but I have been cooking at least once a month. It's just been breakfast. Let's see. Read 5 classics. This is going to be hard. We're already 5 months in to the year, and I haven't finished one classic yet. And I thought I was going easy on myself with the classics, but this is the one that I'm currently reading. This is The Confederacy of Dunces by John Kennedy Toole, and this is your main character, Ignatius, and it's just not for me. I see the humor. It is supposed to be funny, but I don't like my protagonist, and it's so hard to get behind a book where the protagonist is the villain, but you're supposed to sympathize with them. It's just not for me, but I am going to make it through it. As you can see, I'm halfway through. I read it while I'm working out. That's how I'm getting through it. But yeah, 5 classics. I'm going to have to really take summer to really kill through some classics, I think, to make that one happen. Go on any 6 adventures. So I have multiple adventures that I have listed. Find a castle, go camping or fishing, Crystal Cave, waterfall, Ohio Cavern, beach, anime convention, and train ride. And it just so happens that in my town at the Holiday Inn, there is an anime convention this weekend. So the weekend that you're watching this, I might be filming from the anime convention. I meant to be going there with my fiance, but he couldn't get out of work. There was a lot of trouble. I couldn't get him to do that. But I think I'm going to pop in for a day. And so I'm going to do that. So that one will be done, and we definitely plan on doing some camping and beach adventures as summer progresses. More adventures can happen in the summertime. And now for the last one, I actually skipped this. This is more in the beginning of my list if you took a closer look. But I skipped it on purpose because I'm going to be going into more details with it. This was the part that's going to be edited for Wedding Wednesday and put there because it's going to be about wedding stuff. So if you don't care about wedding stuff, bye. See you later for next week. If you want to continue with if you care about wedding stuff, then here we are. Plan more for your wedding is one of my New Year quests. Some people call them resolutions, but I feel like they're not a resolution till the last month of the year. And so plan more for the wedding has definitely been a priority for me and my fiance because we do have a long distance relationship. It's not a super long distance, but we don't see each other. I haven't seen him since Easter, and it's now May. So that's kind of where we are. And so getting together and coordinating is rough. And planning more for the wedding has definitely been a priority for me. There's been lots of plans, lots of brainstorming and ideas. One of our things that we do want to make sure of that I personally care a lot about is making sure that there's good food at my wedding, because people, they go, oh, the venue was nice, the centerpieces were nice, the flowers were nice, the bouquet was nice, but if your food is bad, if they're uncomfortable, that's what your guests remember. Your guests remember, did they have a good time? Were they comfortable? Were they fed well? Those are the top 3 priorities that they care about. And, how bad was the drive and stuff like that. That I think all go into comfort subcategories. And so if you starve at my wedding, that is on you, because we plan on having food at the tables as people walk in. There's going to be a candy buffet. We're going to have a mashed potato bar is the plan right now. The mashed potato bar during cocktail hour, and a charcuterie-esque kind of table as well for cocktail hour and for whenever. And so that's that. I've also been working on this. This is one of my wedding projects. This is a spray painted heart. It actually started out all white, and it's a bathroom basket. But what I'm going to do with it, I need to spray paint it a different gold color because I actually have 2 different golds. I don't know if you can tell in the lighting here, but I actually need to get a different gold because there's 2 different ones. And that was on accident. But what my baskets are going to be for are amenity baskets. So I started preparing for the amenity baskets by buying some non-perishable things that I think won't dry up or go bad. like tissues and brush tips. These are little, like one end is a toothpick and the other end has a little brush bit on it for, you know, basically flossing your teeth. And they're the tops are the color of my wedding, red and gold, obviously. So I was like, I want to have a gold basket with red stuff. And so there's going to be tissues for people. This one says happy tears are the best tears, and this one is seize the moment. So I want to keep gathering Kleenex, things like this that have wedding and sweet memory kind of things with them. And so my idea is to have stuff set up in here, and I want to have Tylenol, antacids, like a little sewing kit, Band-Aids, lint roller, breath mints, and gum, stuff like that in my amenities basket, so that anything that people could need last minute, they'll be like, oh, suddenly I need a tissue, or I need a toothpick, or I need this, or I need that. I'm gonna get spray deodorants to put into the basket, stuff like that. And because I think people will appreciate being thought of, where, oh, look, I'm being attended to, because they are guests after all. And I want my guests to feel welcome. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And I also have already bought I want to keep my guests entertained. I don't want people to have it be like such a traditional wedding that people are bored. When are they done? What's the next thing we're doing? So I'm not a huge dancer myself, so in case people don't feel like getting down on the dance floor, I have this bad boy. This is just a part. See the Oriental Trading? I'm not sponsored by them, but I should be, because I order from them constantly for events for work and myself. And what that particular box is my photo booth. I'm doing a do-it-yourself photo booth. Well, I say I, my fiance and I, we're squished into the I. We're doing a do-it-yourself photo booth because when we wanted to have a photo booth, but when we researched the electronic fancy photo booths, almost all of them in our area, which were lower priced, are $450 for 2 hours. And it's $100 and something for any hour that you go over. You get one backdrop and a plethora of props and then somebody to work your photo booth. But $450 for 2 hours it's just too much. And if you think, oh, well, we can just rent the machine ourselves, most places won't let you rent the machine, just the machine. You have to get the person to go with it because of liability and insurance and all that. And if you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll just buy the machine, it's thousands and thousands of dollars. It's so much cheaper to rent it, but that's too much for my budget. So what I'm doing instead is Oriental Trading actually has an entire thing for do-it-yourself photo booths and candy buffets and everything else. They have cutouts. They have the props. I bought some props. I bought the inexpensive props, and I also started collecting my own props as well. Somebody brought in these for Mardi Gras, and there was about 200 of them, all the same. Like there's 4 different designs, and they were like, here, anyone can have them, they're for free. So I took one of each of the designs, and I have, again, like I said, I got some props from Oriental Trading. I got the hat. I'm going to have some funky glasses and a boa, just a couple boas because they're cute, for photo booth fun. And I'm going to get a whole bunch of disposable cameras, and everybody has a camera on their phone these days. So I think that that's a great alternative to, budget-friendly alternative to renting the full professional booth. My family, I don't think, is going to care too much. And I got several backdrops. I got 3 backdrops that were my particular favorites, and you can reuse them. That's the best part. I bought them, so I get to have them again and again and again for any time that I happen to need a backdrop. And so I bought that as a thing ahead of time, trying to get some non-perishables out of the way. I know it seems early because I'm not getting married till 2020 and it's 2018, but I think that makes planning easier for me. And so the wedding planning is definitely down. We're definitely on it, and it's just going to get better from here. We've done research for caterers and for photographers. We're actually going to plan on we have 3 venues, top venues. We have a top venue and then a tie for a 2 and second and third choice venues that we're going to look at this summer. So the wedding planning New Year's quest is definitely down. It's good, and I will see you all next week for FCA Friday and for Makeup Monday. Bye!